I get to teach you about what's called medial Y. It's kind of like medium, but instead of that M at the end, it's an L. Medial Y. It means it's in the middle. So when you see a Y in the middle, that's called a medial Y. And here are some real words that have a medial Y. Gym, bicycle, what else? There's a whole bunch of them. Let me think. Sink, like you're gonna sink something. Like you'll see it in like psychology. Oh, here's a whole bunch. I wrote them down. System, symbol, myth, rhythm, mystery. So do you see all of those words, how they have a Y in the middle? That's because they are a Greek word. So whenever you see a word that has a Y in the middle, which is called a medial Y, then that means we borrowed it from the Greek language. It's a Greek word. We just still use it in our language today. And what's happening is that Y is behaving like an I. So you can count on that Y that's in the middle of a word to act just like an I would. So it would follow the tap 2 rule. If there are 2 consonants after it, it will say I, like mystery down there at the bottom. Those 2 consonants after it make that Y or I say its short sound and say I, mystery. Yeah, it follows the same, it follows the same, it follows the same patterns as an I. Okay? So today, all of our words, all of our nonsense words that we're going to be working on are going to be pretend Greek words. So that means whenever you are spelling one of our words today, if you hear an I sound in the middle, if it's a Greek word, I'm just telling you right now, I made it up. These are all made up Greek words, and you're going to use a Y instead of an I. In the real world, it's kind of hard to tell if a word is English or Greek, but there are some hints to know if you should spell a word with an I or with a Y. Some of those hints are a lot of science words are Greek. A lot of academic or school words are Greek, or if it sounds complicated, if it's not like super simple, like you can see in those examples, psychology, myth, rhythm, mystery. If it's not like a super simple word, it might be a Greek word, and that might be a Y in the middle there instead of an I. So we are going to be, oh yeah, those are good examples, Melanie and Morgan. We're going to be working with pretend Greek words today. All right, let me share my screen. Sharing the screen. I got my tablet to work today. Hang on, actually. Let me fix this. Looks like I have to redo it. Okay, let me share this. All right, let's see if this worked. Worked a second ago. Let me stop sharing for just a second. I'm going to get this to work, you guys. So that I can use this pen and I don't have to use the whiteboard. There we go. Okay. So our first word that we're going to do together is, now remember it's Greek, so whenever your brain wants to put an I in there, put a Y instead. In the middle. So if you hear an I at the beginning, that's fine. If it's the first letter, that's fine. If it's at the last sound, well, there's not going to be an I at the end of the word anyway. But if you hear an I in the middle, that's going to be a Y. Like this first word, I, Timpy. Let's do this one together. So we have I, T, I, M, P, E. Consonants. I, T, I, M, P, E. Vowels, I. Now it's not the middle, it's the beginning, so I'm going to use a regular I. Can this I make its long sound? Yes, because there's another vowel, 1 or 2 doors down. That allows it to say its name. Now here's an I in the middle of our Greek word here, so we're going to spell that with a Y. And then the E sound at the end of longer words is spelled with a Y. So here is I, Timpy. This Y sounds like an I. This Y sounds like an E. I, Timpy. All right, try yours. Your word is I, Pindy. I, P, I, D, E. I, Pindy. And then put it in the Q&A for me so I can see your beautiful work. I, Pindy. Good job, you guys. I, Pindy. I, Pindy. Gorgeous. Well done. Thank you for putting them in the Q&A. I love seeing your work. And if it's not perfect, it's okay. Who's perfect? Not me, not you. Nobody that I know. Beautiful. I, Pindy. I, Pindy. Okay, let's do this one together. So consonants are I, P, I, N, D, E. So our I sound can be spelled with an I right here at the beginning just fine, but in the middle, our I sound, I, is going to be spelled with a Y. Medial Y, it's a Greek word. And then E at the end of a longer word is also spelled with a Y. Gorgeous, you guys. Well done. All right, next let's do this one together. Our word is pip. Pip. So we have 3 sounds. P, I, P, consonants. P, I, P, vowels. It's Greek, so we're going to spell that I with a Y. Okay, kind of a fun way to spell it, huh? Your word is thip. Now my tongue is going between my teeth and I'm blowing for that first sound. Thip, thip, I, P. Go for it. Thip. And then let's see it in the Q&A. Close, Henry, but that's the English way to spell it. You spelled it correctly for the English way. How would you spell it if it was a Greek word? So Bethany, at the very first sound, my tongue is going between my teeth and I'm blowing like this. You can put another answer in there if you want. Thip. Same, Riker. Yes, very good. Limanshi. Oh, there we go, Malachi. Gorgeous. Morgan, you just need one more letter. One more letter, my friend. Good, Bethany. Okay, so our consonants are I, P. So for our I sound in the middle of a Greek word, we're spelling it with a Y. Thip. Okay, let's try number 3. I, Pitry. I, Pitry. So I, P, I, T, E. Consonants. I, P, I, T, E. Vowels. I. Can I leave this I like this? Can it spell I right here? Yes, because there's another vowel 1 or 2 doors away, the tap 2 rule. I. If it's a Greek word, I'm going to spell the I with a Y. And then E at the end of a longer word is also spelled with a Y. So this says I, this says E. I tree. All right, your turn. Your word is I-timpy. My mouth is closed in the middle. I-timpy. I-t-I-m-p-E. I-timpy. Nice, Melanie. I-timpy. You can do it. Good, Henry. I-timpy. It's a Greek word. So look at you guys. Now you know when to use an I, when to use a Y, when to use a Y for the I sound, when to use a Y for the E sound. You guys have got this. This is not easy. This is kind of complicated stuff. But you, yes, it's good. You guys are amazing learners. So smart. So for I-timpy, we're going to do consonants first. I, t, I, I. We're going to spell I with an I, which you can say I right here just fine. This I in the middle is our Y, and it can make the short I sound right here because there are 2 consonants after it. There's not a vowel here or here, so it's perfectly fine. And then E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. I-timpy. You guys are feeling pretty good about this, aren't you? Try this one on your own. Shrip. Shrip. I. Make sure you have that number of lines and then dotted in the same place as me. Shrip. Good, Bethany. Shrip. Very good. Melanie, give me one more letter. Shrip. This is one sound. It's not, these aren't letters, these are sounds. So this is a sound and then this is a sound. It's sh, I. Nice. Good. Good, Nima. Good, Sheep. Good, Morgan. Malachi. Excellent. Gorgeous. I knew you could do it. Well done. Nice job, Melanie. So we have sh and then her, I. And since it's Greek, we're going to spell the I with a Y. Okay. Do you want a harder one? Do you want a harder one? Let's do this one together because it's a little hard, and then I'll give you another hard one that you can do on your own. All right, this word is grim petty. Grim petty. So we have g, I, p, e, consonants. G, I, p, e. Okay, now pay attention, because if you can spell this one, then you can spell the next one on your own. So here's my I in the middle. It's Greek, so it's spelled with a Y, spelled with a Y. And it can say I right here just fine, the short sound, because of those 2 consonants. Now here is an E. It's not an I, it's an E. E is spelled with an E usually. However, that's a short vowel sound. Short sounds need 2 consonants after them, just like this one. If there's not 2, you have to make 2. Now it can make its short sound and say eh right here. And then E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. Did you get all that? You ready to try yours? The I is spelled with a Y. We had an eh right here that needed 2 T's, even though we only heard 1. You have to spell it with 2 so that can make it short sound. Okay, here's yours. Blin Teddy. Blin Teddy. B-l-i-n-t-e-d-e. Go for it. Blin Teddy. I'm excited to see your answers. Blinn, good Bethany. Blinn Teddy. Melanie, there is a medial Y that has to be in the word. Otherwise, you've got it. You've got it. Figure out where that medial Y has to go. That Y in the middle. Blinn Teddy. Blinn Teddy. And then put your answer in the Q&A. Don't be shy. It's okay if it's not perfect. Nice. Nimat and she, well done. There you go, Melanie. Excellent. If you can spell Blinn Teddy, my friends, if you can spell this, you can spell Greek words. You can spell anything. I'm going to give you another second so that you can put in Blinn Teddy. Malachi, give me one more letter somewhere in the word there. Somewhere in the word, toward the end. You're so close. Blinn Teddy is a short sound. Okay, consonants. B, L, I, N, T, E, D, E. Vowels. I in the middle is spelled with an Y in Greek words. And it can say I right here just fine because there are two consonants after it. E is spelled with an E, but it's a short sound, so it also needs two consonants after it, just like that one has. If it's not already there, two consonants already there, then you have to make two consonants. Now that E can say E. And an E at the end of a longer word is spelled with a Y. You guys must be feeling pretty. There you go, Malachi. I knew you could do it. You guys must be feeling good, Bethany. You must be feeling pretty good about yourselves right about now. My goodness. I'm impressed with you. Here is a kind of a medium one. Blishti. Blishti. B-L-I-S-H-T-E. Blishti. I bet you are, Melanie. Hopefully you guys know how smart you are. If you don't, I'll tell you, you're exceptionally bright. Your word is blishti, gorgeous, beautiful, well done. Good, Melanie. Nice, Henry. Oh, the very first sound, b, like a boy. Blishti, it's kind of hard to hear in the mic. Blishti. Look at what you guys are doing. You are blowing me away today. I'm going to be bragging about you in my adult class in the next half hour because look at what you're spelling. You guys, if you told anybody else to spell the Greek word blishti, they wouldn't be able to do it, but you can. Nope, on your first try. All right, I'm getting excited now. So consonants, we have b, l, I, sh, t, e. I in the middle of a Greek word is spelled with a Y. You guys have got that now. And then Y at the end of a longer word spells the E sound. Blishti. Now look what that looks like. It looks like a bunch of random letters. But now you've got it all figured out. It looks like just a crazy combination of crazy letters put together, but not for you. I don't know if you're impressed with yourself right now, but you should be. That was amazing. So far this month you've learned about Y, that when it's at the beginning of a word, it's a consonant. That's when it says Y. If it's anywhere else in the word, it's a vowel. If it's in the middle of a word, it's a medial vowel, a medial Y, and that means it's a Greek word, and it acts just like an I would. If Y is at the end of a short word, it says I, my, try, buy, cry, shy. But if Y is at the end of a multi-syllable word or a longer word, it usually says E, happy, pretty, city, silly. Okay, so if you hear I at the end, spell it with a Y if it's a short word. If you hear E at the end, spell it with a Y also if it's a longer word. Okay, you're learning a lot about Y this month. Don't wait, there's more. There's more. Join me on Monday. Have a wonderful night being wonderful. Bye, my friends. See you next time.